Tri-County. This is Jennifer Russell, and I'm on site with Andy Dwyer, director of the Kewanee Park District, and we're here at Baker Golf Course in the new pavilion.
Yeah, thank you for coming out, Jennifer. It's a smoldering late September day.
I know it. It's almost October, and it feels like it's July. It's like 90 degrees. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's good for the golf. It's been really busy out here. We've had cross country, high school golf, and a lot of open play. So it's been really nice. People are taking advantage of the good weather.
I'm happy that we don't have cold weather. 90 is a little extreme, but at least it's not 40 or 50.
Yeah,
or below zero.
Yeah, Bakersville is going to be nice this weekend. It's going to be nice and warm. So usually hoodies and bonfires. I think people are going to be walking around.
I think we're going to be in t-shirts and shorts. Yeah,
Absolutely.
It's going to be nice. That's the first time for Bakersville to be that warm. So
it's usually a layer it up type of night, but I'm looking forward to it this year.
Yeah, so that's this weekend, right?
It's October 4th out here. Yep. I believe they have a Facebook page set up, and they're doing some last minute sales. I know they're into, I believe, the 10 o'clock hour for racks, so you should have a good opportunity to get some time.
There's still some slots available.
Especially people that like to be out here later. There's a select group that really enjoys being one of the last few racks to make it a little raucous. So we're excited about that as well.
Yeah, so there's still opportunity to get some last minute tickets, because if you don't pre-purchase your ticket, you're not guaranteed a slot.
Absolutely. I think they're doing sales the night up, but head nods and high fives, and also Mike Myler's office right next door to
still
Head
selling
Nods.
tickets.
Yep, they're still selling tickets during the day, head nods at night. So yeah, there's still some opportunity there, but we're looking forward to it. Should be another good year for it.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be nice this year.
Yeah.
Thank you, weather gods.
Yeah, it is really nice to have the good weather and people out and about and doing everything. Our maintenance team just finished up aerification of the greens today, so maintenance on the golf course has been going. We've been moving along on our plans for out here at the 19th hole. We're looking at an expansion and renovation of the current space. It's an undertaking. We're not jumping into it. It's kind of a slow roll. We're paying off some bonds that we've had for the acquisition of the driving range that's out here.
It's across the street.
And the office storage facilities, those have been paid off. The cart
shed.
Yeah, the cart shed's been paid off, and we also have the irrigation system that's going to be paid off on the golf course over a time frame. And we're looking at expanding and offering an operation year-round, so we can have banquets, public events out here. I would love for us to be a polling place down the line. I think that's kind of part of what we need to be, is helping out in the community and giving back in those different manners. We're pretty excited, and we've projected that we should see a good opportunity for revenue to come in to help offset our operation and our cost, and an expansion of those operations as well. Play days that have banquets out here, different community events.
You'll have a pro shop.
A pro shop. We'll have winter hours where we'll have the golf simulators running. We'll be getting leagues going, very similar to what Cerno's did a few years ago. With that, for me, it's great to see all of that and being able to provide more opportunities for people to recreate in the community, but also it allows me to keep some of my staff on year round, and I have a great staff. But it's hard when we lay them off.
There's nowhere to keep them on. Yeah,
absolutely, and we have a great staff. So finding places for them and getting them year round work will be excellent for me, because you place your value in your people.
And the restaurant will be open to stay year round with the new facility.
Yeah, between that and the catering options, and we've had a few civic organizations reach out to us already based on the space, when it's going to be done, and the amount of space, so we can host their meetings and so on and so forth, because they do like to have their meetings catered. So we're already fielding questions along those lines, which is huge. And we're still about a year out from even breaking ground.
But these people reaching out, this is going to help you guys finalize that design of where you want to go with this building.
Absolutely. We put in a lot of time and effort. This was something when we developed our strategic plan, when I started about 5 years ago. This was one of the items that we outlined on that plan, knowing full well that we weren't going to get to it right away, but we wanted to bring it up and have those conversations, let it sit, come back and have those conversations, tweak it, and then when the time comes to if we want to pull the trigger and make that change, we can, and we've done our due diligence, and we put in the time and the effort.
Yeah, and
forethought
continually
into it.
looked at it.
Absolutely.
Especially with prices changing and building supplies and needs, so you might change.
Yeah, and right now rates are going down. I think the Fed's supposed to lower the interest rates again, so hopefully that bodes well for us when the time comes to take out a bond. And to share very transparently with the taxpayers, we take a GO bond out every year to provide capital improvements. Well, we've paid off 2 of those in my time frame.
So now you have that opening for bonds.
We have an availability of about $300,000 on our bond we take out every year to take an alternative bond out and then just use that bond to pay it down. So the taxpayer wouldn't see any real change on their side of things. It would just be us doing our part to help not lower the cost, but when we drive revenue at the golf course, it helps us provide more in other areas. We're not devoting as much to the municipal course because it's generating its own revenue. It's turning a profit. Therefore, we can take and put these resources elsewhere. So if we put people on to maintain the golf course or work in the restaurant or work at the cart shed, well, we're actually generating revenue in that sense, and we're able to take those dollars and put them elsewhere to use in the park. So it's a win-win for the community. The golfers are very happy. We have an excellent product. The best in the area, in my opinion. The course is in phenomenal shape.
Yeah, it's looking really good.
Yeah, and so now we're able to take those dollars and put them elsewhere. We've built this pavilion, which was something that was one of those projects where we need to find a place to put solar. Those were damaged. The 2 facilities here, the scoreboard and the gazebo, were damaged by one of the tornadoes.
Yes.
It was just an opportunity that presented itself. It wasn't necessarily a need at that point, but the opportunity outweighed the chance of fixing something with insurance that was already showing its life and not really utilized.
Yeah, that scoreboard was pretty old.
Yeah, so we take those opportunities and we find a way to make those work, and that's where that really comes down for us. And we've seen a huge amount of favorable feedback on the playground at Liberty Park.
Oh, yeah.
We received a grant for that, so that was about a 3rd grant that we received for that. The new facilities out at Windmont, highly utilized, and it's really nice to see. We have a new dog park out at Chautauqua Park. We put in a splash pad. That was through a $600,000 outside grant. So we're continuing to do things, and that's another aspect. And I love when the community reaches out and they have questions and we can have a conversation about it. Because many times people will say, well, you need to do this. Well, we absolutely agree. We've targeted this here using this funding source through this grant process. That's great. I've heard some feedback about one of the playgrounds at Windmont Park. Absolutely. We applied for an outside grant last year for it. We weren't awarded it. We did our research and figured out as to why. We had our debrief, and that's still on our target in the next 1 to 3 years.
Yeah.
But we don't want to use 100% local funding for that when there's grant opportunities. So we're going to try to utilize that to lower the cost for the taxpayer so we can do more in locations B or C.
Yeah.
We are aware that the pool is aging up, and we need to figure out some different ways to do some different things with that. I'm not going to go dump $40,000 into like the restrooms for that.
Yeah.
And we're still in the process of figuring out exactly what we need to do with that.
Yeah, what's going to happen with that space altogether.
People would be so upset with me if we did that and then we just tore the whole thing down.
And then you had to tear it down again. Yeah.
That's people may disagree. If they seek the understanding, they'll know that we're putting the time and the effort, the due diligence, and the care into it. And in the short term, there are some fixes that we definitely need to make. We're planning to let some bids here really quick for Chautauqua Park to redo the shelter house there.
Okay, yeah.
Windmont Park is still on that list to redo the shelter and the bathrooms and so on and so forth. We're hoping to build a similar setup to what we have at the restroom for the splash pad. The stainless steel with the push buttons with not a lot of exposed parts. That way they're tamper-proof, and we can also have that last the remainder of my career. You know, those things are rated for 40, 50 years, and that's what I want. We want to build it right.
Something that's going to last.
Build it right. Build it good for the community, make sure that it's there. So Chautauqua Park is the first one on the list here, so we're going to be redoing the flooring. We're going to be redoing some electrical, the plumbing in some spaces, and then we're hopefully going to be able to put some mini splits in there, so to extend the season in the heat of the summer, be able to cool it down for the people to use, and then possibly into fall and early winter to use. And that's still to be determined on time frames, but we're planning to see what we can do to make it work in the best interest of the community, and we're trying to do that to keep the cost down. To rent one of our shelters is $100 for a day, and that also helps people keep it within their budget because everybody operates on a different budget.
Yeah, and then that way, if you can extend the season, then you can extend the time frame that people can rent the space out.
Absolutely. And Chautauqua Park is one of my favorite parks. It's so neat to walk through it when all the trees were there, and then 2020 it got hit by the derecho.
Yep.
And then we had the tornado last year, and it's got a different feel, but it's nice and wide open. It's got some rolling hills, a newer playground for the little ones over there, the sand volleyball court, dog park, the disc golf. There's an old slab out back that's shuffleboard that we're looking at recoding that as well, and making the signage back for shuffleboard as well. So we're keeping that on our short list as well to get that done. That's not a huge expense, and hopefully the public feedback on that will be favorable and people will want to start playing some shuffleboard. We haven't figured out how we're going to do that yet. If maybe we can community source and leave out the utensils for shuffleboard. I mean, I don't have any shuffleboard stuff. I can't imagine a lot of people do. So we want to try that out again, provide it to the community. Hopefully, everybody in the community takes care of it. It only takes 1% to ruin something, but it's our duty to try. So
at least you try.
Where we are with it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, you can't control what anyone else does.
No. But a full rundown of what we're talking about with our new facility is a pro shop, retroing the bathrooms, making 3 individualized bathrooms inside. The dining space getting a very minimal facelift. We're just removing the drop ceilings and some other things, and really
kind of doing some upgrades in the dining room.
Bringing out the focus of the brick in that facility. The kitchen dining area or the kitchen bar area will become a full-size kitchen. One large banquet facility that can be split off to about 3,000 square foot. Restrooms, vestibule, some garage-type doors that open up to overlook the golf course. It should be something that is really sought after in the community. People wanting to come out and utilize that space. And again, I said it a few moments ago about renting the Chautauqua shelter. It's the same concept here. We're looking to do it in a manner that we can help everybody with a budget that is looking for a facility for something, and have a golf outing or a civic organization or
Christmas party,
a church that
family
wants to have a get together, class reunions. The options are endless. We have in this space we have a class reunion coming out in a couple weeks for about 80 people.
Oh wow!
And if the weather cools down a little bit, we have our gas fire pits overlooking the golf course.
Two gas fireplaces.
It's a fantastic place to host a party. Every party that we've seen here, everybody's just raved about the options that we can present them with here. You can expand and spill over up onto the patio. You can watch people come play golf and congregate. You have food that you can get from the restaurant brought out. If you want to do just drinks, if you have a group that wants to have a taco bar, there's all kinds of opportunities, and that's really what it's about. We just want people to enjoy the spaces and figure out different ways to recreate.
Yeah, and just expanding on the current clubhouse would just allow you year-round revenue.
Exactly.
And now people don't know when does the 19th hole open, when does it close. With a new restaurant space, then it wouldn't have to close or open.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're looking at this project to commence roughly a year from now. That's what we're looking at. We're in the A&E and design phase right now. We have a base layout of the building. We're developing a cost analysis of core components to figure out roughly what that's going to be. From there, we'll build the design and the construction, engineering, and the whole floor plan and the layouts. And then from there, we'll build our bid packages to go out. And then in concert, we'll issue our bonds. And that's still all pending board approval, obviously. It's totally up to the board. We're putting a direction out there. That way, they can do their due diligence, and they can listen to feedback, and we'll
Yep.
host some hearings, and we'll do some different things to get public feedback. Most of the feedback is favorable as it stands right now. We do have a few people that don't quite understand that our dollars cannot go to certain things in the community.
Yeah, so what does the Kewanee Park District do, and how are you different from the city?
Well, first off, I can't fix the roads because we're the park district. We're responsible for the parks.
Yes.
Our taxing goes to the parks, our programming, and the operation
That are under the Kewanee Park
the
District.
Park District. Our 5 parks. Can't fix the roads. can't deal with the sewer or the water. Or your trash or any of those other things. That's all referred
Or
to
the city
of
parks.
Kewanee. Yep, that's all the City of Kewanee. And while we have a great relationship, great partnership, that's their purview. This is ours.
You're 2 separate taxing bodies.
Yes. Then there was an article in the Kewanee Voice that very clearly showed the separation there recently. We are the Park District. Our sole focus is parks and recreation within Kewanee. And we do hear some of that feedback, and I'm not going to agree or disagree with said feedback. We just try to let everybody know that this isn't the time nor the place nor the right party to be talking to that about. We always refer them over to, we've had concerns about, the city brought to us. We've had, if there's an issue that township brought to us. The one that gets the most confusing is camping out at Francis Park, because that was left to the city by Fred Francis.
Yes.
And we do get some questions about that one. We totally understand that, and we politely direct them to the city or the caretaker out at the park for that.
Yes.
But yeah, as far as that stands, our sole focus is parks
inside the city.
Exactly, and we're doing our very best to improve those. I'm very proud of the work we've done in my 5 years here. Won some grants, made some changes, had a real opportunity to strategically plan and come up with some real good metrics and deliverables, and I feel like we've done a really good job at delivering in my short time.
Yeah.
And that's a testament to the staff, having good staff, and having an understanding of where we are with everything, and pushing to do better in our community. And all the staff, they live here, and they
enjoy the parks
play
too.
here, and and they
You're
do all
bored
those
as
things.
well.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a really good direction that we're moving, and so very proud to see all the projects that we've got done while maintaining and improving the spaces in general throughout my time. So very, very happy with all of that.
And not being heavily in debt.
We're absolutely not in debt. One of the other items that we've done to obtain better interest rates, just to be more financially soluble. One of the things we've done is we've worked with People's Bank to come up with and put some money into short-term investment CDs specifically. So we have a rainy day fund that rotates every month. Basically, that comes out on a 6-month cycle, and so we have a rainy day fund should something happen. And that's one of the things that the investors and organizations that would be buying our bonds and investing in us, they almost require.
Yeah.
And so we've done that, and that's not something that prior to my time we had here. So we put a focus on that. And we have some rainy day funds available.
It's a backup plan, and it gives you a better credit rating.
Absolutely. Well, that's another thing. We've never had a credit rating, and so we actually went with a municipal advisor this year. And that municipal advisor, through these processes, one of the things that I was very adamant about was obtaining a credit
rating.
That could save us a whole point on interest, which is tens of thousands of dollars to the taxpayers.
Depending on the project,
So that's a priority we've put on for obtaining in roughly July of next year, ahead of any letting that goes out there to puts us on a credit rating. So we're going to be doing one of those, and we know we're going to end up really well with that. The rainy day funds are fantastic. Our books coming in the black the past few years. Honestly, dealing with 2 tornadoes in the past couple of years really threw a wrench in the whole process of everything. But through that through that process, we learned and we made some adjustments on some different things, and we ended up coming out really well.
Yeah.
It's
Given the
very
damage.
unfortunate that how everything did, but taking care of everything, switching insurance 3 years ago was one of the greatest decisions I've ever made. I mean, it paid dividends immediately. The board allowing me that opportunity to search that out and seek that out, and then making that change. The average taxpayer doesn't realize that in 2020, when the derecho hit, we received $5,000 in cleanup. And that was it. That was the maximum allowable under the insurance.
Oh, wow.
We received, when we made the change to what's called I-Parks, they're park district centric, forest preserves, nature preserves in Illinois. The maximum for that now for storm cleanup is $250,000. We hit that mark 2 years in a row.
I was going to say, the first tornado was pretty bad,
up a creek. Well, actually, last year was just as bad.
Yeah.
Between Windmont, Chautauqua, and the golf course. We actually did the storm survey here for the National Weather Service, and we tracked the tornado when we sent all the documents into them, and they listed it as an EF0 tornado. Tore the roof off Negley's.
Yes.
The grocery store right there.
Yep.
That mooring shed right there. It actually came through the park, and they didn't list it as a tornado, but we did the work and showed them, and it was very clear with the tree that just twisted down like that. We had that, so we had.
It actually bounced over my house, and I was live on Facebook while it was bouncing over my house.
Yeah, it's just so we had 2 or 3 tornadoes in Kewanee last year, but we hit that mark 2 years in a row, and without
you guys
that
would be in a lot of trouble.
Coverage, we wouldn't have had a lot of money for projects. And we made the change and we paid less. On our insurance premium, and it's fantastic. So.
Kewanee's been really lucky, though. We haven't been hit with a lot of tornadoes in a long time. So I guess we've been pretty lucky on that front.
I'm okay with no more. We're good.
So am I. Because
I've met my threshold.
Yeah. My house got hit in 2 years ago. The same one that hit here and took out parts of Northeast Park. Yeah.
I was out without power at my house for about 4 days. So, it's one of those things. Luckily, we had some family that had some generators. Same concept out here with the kitchen and everything. We had that first one happen on March 31st,
2023.
And then the other one happened on July 15th or 17th.
Yeah.
The one luckily they got power back on in July really quick, so we didn't have a whole lot of spoilage, which was
that's the Weathersfield side of town. They were without power for about a week.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm right about on the border of Division Street there, so we had a lot of that, but we're pretty thankful. We're pretty excited about the next year, 2 years, 3 years to come here at the Park District. We have an ample amount of opportunities that we see that we can have an impact on the community in a positive way, and that's really where we're putting it to. Talking with some people we work with in a professional manner, we opened the splash pad and we got to the dog park and I'm like, all right, well, what's next? The ink hasn't even dried, and they know we just have that drive to continue to improve within the community.
When you get one thing done, start on the next.
Well, I'm just so happy that my kids, while they're getting older, they still have an opportunity to enjoy some of the nice changes we made, and then hopefully down the line, my goal is to have things improved and upgraded and changed where grandkids and just family friends and their kids and just the community as a whole can utilize the spaces. And everybody loves parks. You hear me say it all the time. Everybody loves parks, and we hear a lot from the community that we have some fantastic parks.
Yes.
We've been charged with keeping them that way and making them better, and we really hope that we're living up to that in the community, because we do care.
All while getting tornadoes.
Really tornadoes and a lot of other things. But, the world is an interesting place. You never know what's going to hit you, but as long as you build up that rigidity and you can weather whatever it is. And again, the goal is to provide to the community, and that's what we're doing.
Okay. All right. Well, anything else you'd like to add today, Andy?
I don't think so. I'm just looking forward for, maybe some high in the 60s and some bonfires and some other fall weather, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be happening anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, if it could just stay nice, like low in the 60s during the whole winter, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the last thing I can say to the public is come out and have lunch, enjoy the patio, play a round of golf while it's still nice, and get your tickets for Bakersville.
Yes, Bakersville this Saturday.
Thanks, Jennifer.
All right. Thanks, Andy.
Appreciate it.